The BMW 3 Series has had a facelift. It's got reshaped bumpers, new snazzily stitched seats, different colours, and on the coupe and cabriolet versions, redesigned headlights.
Yeah, okay, not that interesting, but with the facelift, BMW have released an intricately engineered, brand new model with lowered suspension and a tweaked engine. It's this one, the 320d Efficient Dynamics, the economy model.
For 27 grand, you get a 163 brake horsepower turbo diesel engine, a 142 mile/h top speed, and a 0 to 62 time of 8 seconds, as well as CO2 emissions of just 109 grams per kilometre and a prediction of nearly 70 miles per gallon.
For company car drivers and fleet bosses, the emissions figures alone will probably be enough to justify a sale. But because I know a lot of people are secret geeks, let's have a look at what BMW have actually done and see if the 320ed is as good as it could be.
On top of the start-stop system, brake energy regeneration and efficient electric power steering of the standard 320d, the Efficient Dynamics has some extra kit all of its own. First up, the gloriously named centrifugal pendulum absorbers.
These lovely sounding things are fitted to the car's flywheel and help even out the juddering and vibration you get when you drive a normal car at really low revs. This means you can drive super frugally at the lowest engine speed possible without it vibrating your arms off.
Secondly, a longer final drive ratio.
A lot of economy versions have longer third, fourth and fifth gears to help the engine spin slowly and use less fuel when at speed. The only trouble with that is that sometimes you get this big gap between second and third, so the engine bogs down and then you stay in second for longer and it ends up being counterproductive because you use more diesel. In this though, all of the gears are slightly longer because of the longer final drive ratio, and they are all spaced out just as well as they would be in a normal car.
Thirdly, it's been lowered by 15 millimetres.
Because the body is closer to the ground, there's less room for turbulence underneath it, which helps it slip through the air as easily as possible.
The drag coefficient of the 320 Efficient Dynamics is 0.26 compared to 0.27 for the standard car, and less drag means more mpgs. Finally, it's got energy-saving wheels and tyres.
These wheels slice through the air like frisbees, and because of subtle changes in the tread and the compound of the tyre, they require less energy to keep them moving. And that means the car needs less diesel to maintain a certain speed.
But does it actually work?
Well, on the whole, yes. It drives almost exactly like a normal BMW 320d. There's no ill effect on the handling or the grip from the lower suspension or energy-saving tyres, and the pretty little 16-inch alloys actually make it ride incredibly well, purely because there's so much rubber around them that it absorbs a lot of the bumps before it even gets to the suspension. And while this one's got 21 brake horsepower less than the normal diesel, you don't really miss it because you just drive around the perfectly adequate 280 pounds-foot of torque, which is right smack bang in the middle of the rev range, exactly when you want it, exactly where you want it. Really good engine. But, and this is quite a rotund but, the fuel economy figures aren't actually as impressive as you'd hope. We've been averaging 52 miles per gallon, and that's over a few days of pretty careful driving. Impressive enough, but you can't help feeling that it would have been nicer to get nearer the claimed figures of 68.9.
Admittedly, it would be a miracle if any car achieved its combined economy figure. But when you consider less expensive cars like the Focus Econetic can genuinely get above 60 miles per gallon in normal conditions, our result with a BMW isn't as amazing as the tech would have you believe.
This is an incredibly impressive car, as excellent as any other 3 Series, while no doubt being even more economical. There's just a slight niggle that if they'd have put even more effort into making it frugal and a little bit less effort into trying to make it drive normally, it'd be even better.